And welcome back to Paw Creations tutorial videos. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to assemble a beaded coin purse. I used Nymo size 0 beading thread, size 11 John James beading needles, and size 11 seed beads. I have a zipper to fit the size of the coin purse that I have. To do the beadwork, I just did an outline around the edge of the coin purse, and then I used cross lines to guide for the design. String the beads on and wrap around my pinky and just 2 needle all the way around the edge, and then start my design using the lines, guidelines, and do the design in quarters, doing those quarters with the same beads and coming back up and going through the last 2 or 3 beads to continue on the next quarter, using the same amount of beads to create that design all the way around the edge, making sure that the design is the same on each quarter. And just after the first row of the design is, and then just follow along, continuing in the quarter by quarter with the guidelines. Finish that outline and use that same cross lines as a guide for my design down the middle. Just straight down the middle with my design, getting the halfway mark right on that middle line, and going down into the purse there right in the middle, and just do that 2 needle method all the way down the middle, and come back up and go back through about 3 beads to connect for the other half of that design. And that gives the straight line down the middle, and to make sure that the design is pretty much the same on both ends, and put the amount of beads you need to finish off the design on the other side, and just finish sewing down the other half. Once that foundation line is done, then the next rows you can put the beads on that you're needed and continue that design, matching up with that foundation line bead by bead, and sewing down, making sure that they're close together and snug but not too tight. You just continue on that method, concentrating on the design and making sure that the beads are where they need to be and not bunched up, and finish off one side and go back and finish off the other side till the beadwork is all completed. And then you can begin to assemble with the zipper. We're going to assemble the whole purse first, and so I put cardboard on both ends so that it stiffens and gives support to the purse. I don't put it in the middle because I need it to bend. Just put some Elmer's glue just to keep it in place while I'm assembling the purse together. We have some lining that we'll put on the back side. That will be the inside. And again, Elmer's glue to stabilize, keep it in place while we're assembling. Cut a 1/4 of an inch all the way around with that lining, and notch the rounded edges to make it easier to fold under. I'm going to put some green tan leather to cover the sides where the zipper doesn't go, and fold over the lining to meet the end of the purse, and fold the zipper in half and mark the middle point on each side as a guide to attach it to the purse. When we start sewing it together, we're going to kind of base stitch all the way around. So use that pen mark, line it up with the middle line of the beadwork, and then you're just going to base stitch that all the way around. I start from the middle and go down one side, and then come back to the middle and continue on and go on the other side, just base stitching that zipper in place. Assemble the purse first so that it's all together when we're doing the edging, and attach the other side. Go in where that middle line is of the beadwork. Use that pen mark again on the other side. Poke your needle right through where the pen mark is. That attaches the zipper to the other side, and base stitch that all together so that it's all assembled and in place the way you want it to be. You can open the zipper, make it easier to handle if you want to, and just continue that base stitch. Once you get the zipper in place, then you're going to put the leather panels in, and you're going to attach it to the purse where the zipper doesn't follow down. You're going to just match where the end of the zipper is. I start in the middle, put my needle through the leather. Brain tan leather is very soft and easier to sew. Attach it to the middle of that curved part of the purse, and base stitch that leather up one side to attach it in place. And then I go back down to the center and baste it up the other side of that leather piece. Once I get the leather where I need it to be, I will do a running stitch across, sewing it directly to the zipper, closing up that gap and closing up that opening by attaching the leather directly to the zipper. It attaches it, closes the opening, and once I do that, then I go to the other side, attach my needle to the middle of that other side of the leather panel, attach it to the purse, and I base stitch it up one side. I'm attaching that piece to the purse. That running base stitch. I go back down to the center and up the other side, and then sew the leather directly to the zipper, closing up that opening. Once that's all finished, I just tie that off, and the assembling of the purse is complete. Once it's all assembled, and make sure that it fits the way you want it to fit, then you can start edging, sewing it all together and getting it in place. Make sure that it's all the way it needs to be before you start your edging all the way around the outside. I start in the center and work my way all the way around, counting how many beads are going to fit over. In this case, I used 5. That fits over the edge and covers that base stitch. And so just do the overcast edging and make sure you go at an angle, get far enough over so that the beads lay flat but snug to each other. And that's the edging that we're going to use to go all the way around. Just be sure that you're getting snug up to the beadwork, and pay attention, being careful to make sure that it's even on the zipper side, and make sure that it lays flat and real snug, pulling all the layers together. And you finish up and go around to where the leather is, and you'll just continue that same edging. The inside stitches that you're gonna have real close together. The outside you'll be regular, and the brain tan leather stretches a little and gives to your edging, and it comes out real nice and smooth. And then once we're finished with the edging, I go through that first row because it kind of comes loose from my handling the purse while I'm edging it. So I go back through that first row to anchor it down and make it secure to the purse. And then once I get that first row secure, I'll just go in and out a couple times, kind of leave it back and forth to make it secure, and come back through between the 2 rows, and tie my knot and push it down in between the rows so you can't see it, and snip it off. And that is assembling my beaded corn purse. And make sure that it works, zipper works and everything. The lining is smooth on the inside. Everything is secure and attached and works well. That is how I do a beaded coin purse with a zipper. Be sure to stop by Facebook and join our group, or visit my website at www.quimapacreations.com. Thanks for stopping by.